Hi friends! Let's practice our poem of the week. We are going to learn a poem about three-dimensional or 3D shapes. And this week we'll be learning about those 3D shapes too. So before we read through the poem, I would just like to review some of those 3D shapes. The first 3D shape that comes up in the poem is called a cube. Do you see it here? Could you all please say cube? I'll show you an example of a cube. Here it is. Right? It's a three-dimensional 3D shape. It pops up and each side has a square. Each of the 6 sides is a square. So again, I'd like you to say cube. Great. The next 3D shape that comes up in the poem is a cone. I'd like you to say cone. Great. And I'll show you an example of a cone. It's this birthday hat here is a cone shape. A cone shape has that circle on one end and then it comes up to a point at the other end. That's a cone. All right. The next 3D shape in the poem is a rectangular prism. That's a mouthful, isn't it? You're going to give that a try. Let's say rectangular prism. And I have an example of a rectangular prism here. This is a Kleenex box, right? Rectangles on the sides. And that's a rectangular prism. The next 3D shape in the poem is called a cylinder. This is a cylinder. Would you please say cylinder? All right. And this is an example of a cylinder. It's a toilet paper tube. There's a circle on each end and then it's joined together so it pops up. Cylinder. And the last 3D shape in this poem is called a sphere. A little bit tricky to say. Sphere. Give it a try. Sphere. I tried to draw a sphere and this is an example of a sphere. Here I took it off my Christmas tree. Right? A sphere is a ball shape. It's round. It's 3D. That's a sphere. Okay? The title of your poem is 3D shapes. I'm going to read it to you first and then we'll try it together. I spy with my little eye 3D shapes galore. Cube, cone, rectangular prism, cylinder, sphere, and more. Did you understand that poem? There's one funny word there, galore. That just means lots. There are lots of 3D shapes, more than we are mentioning here in the poem, but these are the ones we're working on. Okay, there are a few of our sight words in this poem, a couple of our new sight words. We have been, of course, working on this word, which is easy peasy for you. It's one letter, just the letter I, and that is the word I. That's the word I, just the letter I. Can you find that word in the poem? Did you say it's way up here? There it is, letter I, word I. That's the first word of the poem. We have another sight word over here. This is M-Y. Don't get confused with another sight word we know. We know M-E spells me. This is M-Y, and this is the word my. M-Y spells my. Can you find that word my in the poem? Look up, up, up. Do you see it way over here? There's the word my. M-Y spells my. And another sight word is this one. A-N-D. That's the word and. And. A-N-D. And. Can you find this word in the poem? I'll give you a hint. It's down near the end. Down, down, down. Do you see it here? A-N-D, and. All right. We are going to try to read through this poem together. You're going to help me out this time. So the title is 3D Shapes. I spy with my little eye 3D shapes galore. Cube, cone, rectangular prism, cylinder, sphere, and more. How did you do? It's a tricky poem, but I think if we keep practicing, we'll get it. Let's do it again. Here we go. The title is 3D Shapes. I spy with my little eye 3D shapes galore. Cube, cone, rectangular prism, cylinder, sphere, and more. One more time so we can get really good at reading it. Here we go. The title is 3D Shapes. I spy with my little eye 3D shapes galore. Cube, cone, rectangular prism, cylinder, sphere, and more. Great job, everyone. We'll keep practicing all week.